shark bait that has such teeth.
In Kansas, it is illegal to catch bullfrogs in a tomato patch. So do you think the bullfrogs talk and say, hey, let's not get outside of our stay in that tomatoes?
It's our sanctuary city.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. And if you're in Kansas and you want to do some frog gigging, you know what that is?
No.
Don't you? You live in the sticks.
Yeah.
Frog gigging's. When I ran basketball camps, one time we ran them in stick parts, and someone said frog gigging. Like 3 different people said something. I said, what the fuck's that?
Yeah.
And they cut the back legs off of the frogs. And I mean, there's cute girls that were saying, yeah, I'm going to do some frog gigging. I'm thinking, damn.
See, I don't get that one. What do you do? Then what? Watch them flop around?
Yeah, I think.
That doesn't do it for me.
Well, anyway, if you're in Kansas and you want to do some frog gigging, don't do it in a tomato patch or you're going to be in big fucking trouble.
That's right.
Okay, we are Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. I've been getting outside of the way pretty early. That's Tiny, and I'm the Prince of Pittsburgh. And what we are is the most puzzling podcast in the Northern Hemisphere. Mm-hmm. And, you mentioned this a few shows ago about how shitty the Southern Hemisphere is.
Yeah, pretty
Do you know that only 11% of the population of the world is in the Southern Hemisphere?
Maybe that's where I need to go. Maybe I got it wrong. I'm in the wrong side. Let me change my colors.
I wasn't really thinking that, but yeah, maybe you should. But I thought, damn, we said it was shitty, but I didn't know it was 11%. No one wants to be there in the Southern Hemisphere.
I'm liking it more and more already.
So damn, I'm going to have to take a look. Maybe we're the most puzzling pod. Maybe they don't even have podcasts in the Southern Hemisphere. They don't have any fucking people. How are they going to have podcasts? I was giving them too much credit. Okay, but besides that, besides the most puzzling podcast in the Northern Hemisphere, where 89% of the people are, we are also alcohol influencers, and I try to give you a little fact each week. And this week, Wisconsin has the same number of bars as California, despite a population 85% smaller. To break that down, people, Wisconsin has 1 bar for every 1,862 people. California, 1 bar for every 11,962. So I don't know if I'm going to move at this late point in my life, but if it's between those two, I know where the hell I'm going.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Okay. Mention this is Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk, and this is episode 116. Mm-hmm. We don't have a name yet. I'm sure Tiny will come up with something by the time you're watching this. But we did you remember about the number 16 this week?
I thought this one's a little easier, I think, too.
Well, for me, it was very easy. I'm going with Al Oliver.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you know Al Oliver. He was a pirate. He was just a freaking baseball player. He went from first base to center field. Whoever does that? He was the first baseman, but then they got a big, slow white guy that couldn't play anywhere else but there. Yeah. It was Bobby Robertson. He was made for DH, but they didn't have DH back then.
Right.
So he had to play first. But Oliver, without bitching, went to center field and was pretty damn good, too. And I don't know what his lifetime batting average was, but it should have been higher. He had more lineouts of anyone I've ever seen. But he was just a fucking ball player, and he's still living, and he probably won't make the Hall of Fame, but damn, maybe he should, because he sure was fun to watch and a good guy. Okay, who do you got?
So the easy one, I quit real quick. The easy one for me, because he's a Laker, and I have a story about him even, is Pau Gasol, who was 16 for the Lakers. And I actually played pool with him when he still played for Memphis. I worked for FedEx Employees Credit Union, and they sent me down for training in Memphis when he was still with the Grizzlies. And I played pool with him at the Fox and the Hound.
Really?
Him and Mike Miller.
What was it, a FedEx thing, or you just happened to run into him?
I was just down on what's that called?
Beale Street.
Beale, yeah.
Really?
And play. Yeah, they were there after a game, and I was half tanked up and ended up playing pool with them.
Who won?
Oh, they were pretty good. Mike Miller was an amazing pool player. Yeah.
So you got your ass kicked.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay. But it was pretty fun. They were just, they just wanted to hang out. So
all right,
but my number 16,
all right,
it's Joe Montana.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
When I was young, that dude was just the God's gift of football.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Plus, he's local, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Hard to argue with Joe Montana, but I went with Al Oliver. Okay, those were all pretty good ones. Okay, but now we're moving on. How about that? New Scientist magazine. Every week, I give you 3 headlines. I read it so you don't have to, and Tiny doesn't have to. And here's 3 things you need to know this week. Small worms develop a taste for microplastics.
Oh, no, they're back.
If you refer back, no, it was honeybees that had the microplastics that had the bad memories.
Right.
I wonder if small worms don't know about this.
They need to talk to the bees.
Yeah, but I guess the bees don't remember. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lack of communication between the small worms and the honeybees because that's going to fuck up their memory.
This microplastic's turning into an epidemic. We got to get it figured out.
Yeah, either that or start having some. Maybe there's something to this that we don't know.
Can you pass the microplastics, please?
Okay, here's something new, true to both of us. Obesity may come in 11 types. And I guarantee we got at least 10 of them. I didn't read the article, but we got to be kicking ass on that, don't we?
It's probably 6 to 5. Somehow.
Oh, I think so. Yeah. I was even thinking, I think it might be 12 to 13. They didn't come to the right people.
That's right.
Because if you don't know, we're 730 pounds of podcast proclivity right here, sitting right here on your screen. 730 pounds. How about that? And then the last headline that I read, weird galaxies have been spotted surprisingly nearby. Now, then I read the article. Okay, you know what nearby is? 2.5 billion light years.
Oh, that's all.
What do they consider far?
Right.
Damn. And if you don't know what a light year is, look it up. 2.5 billion light years. If they think that's close, I don't know. We got to get some new science.
You ain't getting there on your electric bike.
No. Okay. This is just a follow-up from last week. I talked about being paranoid because we're not being supported here like I think we should be. I have not heard from the Meadows.
Jesus.
They still haven't cashed the check, nor have they got in touch with me. I sent them an email, and I will call them tomorrow, and I'll let you know next week how that turns out.
I hope that happens.
I do too, but it's not looking good.
It doesn't look good right now.
And then speaking of not looking good, Tiny lives out here in the sticks, and there's a local paper. How many times does it come out a week? Do you have any idea?
6 days a week.
Oh, it does?
Yep. They used to do 7. They originally only did Monday through Friday, and then when I was delivering, they switched to weekends.
Okay, it's the Sharon Herald, and Tiny lives within within field goal range, and I put out a little press release thinking I would get some publicity because I think people around here should be listening because he living close, and there's not a whole hell of a lot going on around here, and here is my proof.
Yeah.
Here are 3 headlines from this week's Sharon Herald. The Michaels in Hermitage is going to host a grand opening.
No,
did you know that?
I actually did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Gee, okay.
Well, it's one of those craft store things, and they all go crazy for that shit. You know, like Hobby Lobby or whatever.
All right, then let's see if you knew this one. Do you know New Wilmington is having a Got Talent competition?
I was not familiar with
You're
that.
not? No. Okay, and I don't think you'll know.
Maybe we should enter that.
Well, we should. We should. Yeah. Then we'd get in that fucking paper. And then the third one, now, I got to admit, I didn't click on the article, so I don't know the name, but a local Bible school welcomes a tsunami of fun. And those are 3 things that beat out the damn something about our Tiny and our 350,000 views, right? Yeah. We didn't get in this fuckhead paper, but Michaels and Got Talent and the Bible school having tsunami of fun,
right?
All beat us out.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. I'm still pissed, but like I said, maybe I'll get back to you. Stay tuned next week. I'll get back on both of those things. With the Meadows, I'm gonna keep calling now until I get something. I think the Sharon Herald we already know.
I had 3 people ask me on the status of that this week.
Really?
Yeah. So I think if it happens, I think we're gonna get a good turnout.
Maybe they should write the Sharon Herald and say, "Hey, what the fuck?"
No. I mean the Meadows.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, is that still on? Because I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
well, good, because my wife's out.
yeah.
All right. This is a quick update, too. This is about Huckamuck fucking
Ooh.
Megan. Their deal with Netflix will not be renewed. And apparently they had some recent show that ranked 383rd, and that wasn't their worst. They had a few, so they're getting viewership pretty much like ours. They're a little smarter. They signed a contract ahead of time and made some pretty good bucks.
Yeah, see,
we
that
did not.
Been, right.
But yeah, what can you do?
Maybe we should reach out to Megan. You know, if we're not having luck connecting with anybody, we should try Megan and cross promote podcasts.
Oh, yeah. That's a thought. That's a thought. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Except if she does her due diligence, there's a better chance we get shot by some. Well, no, British royalty won't, because they don't like them either. Maybe some reject from the Invictus Games will shoot us. I don't know. All right. I'm going to move along.
Yeah.
Our website. Our website's actually good. More people should go to it, including you.
I've been there.
Okay, we're ending, but the favorite deli meat turkey one going away. Not even. Did you vote for turkey?
No. Fuck no. That's the worst one on there. Terrible.
Well, turkey was easily the winner. Now, nobody voted for mortadella or bologna. What is mortadella? Do you know?
I don't know.
The picture looked familiar, but I've never heard of that. Obviously, I know what bologna, but no one wanted that. And in our hard candies, lemon heads won easy.
That makes sense.
Me too, but no one voted for like cherry or grape. Those are pretty good flavors.
To me, artificial grape is the easiest one to replicate too. Like all the grape has consistently tasted the same in all candy.
Okay, but we're moving on. That's gone. By the time you hear that, that's totally gone. But we have a new survey, and I really do think more people should go to this, because there's a lot to do there.
Yeah.
Jane set up a meme of the day and feel good song of the day, which right there, that's worth it to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Because you probably don't feel good after you watch this shit. But the new survey, which we'd like you to go to, we had a decent turnout the last 2 weeks, but I'd like to even get it better, because half those people I threatened before they fucking got on. There's 9 fast food places, and you got to eliminate one.
Oh.
And we'll discuss it a little more next week.
Okay.
And then there's now this is a tough one for me.
Uh-oh.
There's 4 food staples, and it's rice, bread, potatoes, and noodles. And you have to cut out 2 for the rest of your life.
Whoa, 2 of them?
2. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we'll discuss, since they're up for 2 weeks, we'll discuss that more next week.
Okay.
But anyway, and all of our podcasts. If you get a little behind, you can go back and find them very easily. They're in order, along with lovely photos. Let's see, what the hell else?
Living Legends?
Legends, yeah. Dive bars, a whole kind of, right in Dear Tiny, which is going to be next, which segues right in here. What are you going to see today? If you keep this tuned to us, you're going to get Dear Tiny. We got 2 this week. We got stories just from this week. We're not going back into the archives. We both have stories from what happened to us this week since the last time we saw you. Or if we didn't see it, happened this fucking week anyway. Transylvania Brain Freeze, we have 3 stories, although I'm going to add a little one of my own, kind of that parallels one of the stories.
Nice.
We have the movie and the music games. We have Argy Bargy, where I'm going to talk about bicyclists, and not in a damn positive way. Would you rather? I'll tell you what. It's Victoria Justice versus Kate Upton. That's a hell of a battle. I didn't really know Victoria Justice.
I didn't either, but
what a pretty girl. What a pretty girl. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more about that. And then we have a samurai chatter question, just one question this week. And I'll let you think about it now. You have $20,000. You have 1 hour in one store to spend it. You're going to hear what we think and what about 10 other people that view here and what they thought too. And then we'll finish with a Yogi Berra quote. So that's what you got going today. We'll be back with Dear Tiny.
Dear Abby, my feet are too long. My hair's falling out and my right's wrong.
Welcome back, Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. This is Dear Tiny, and I was going to say what episode of Dear Tiny this is, and I don't know, but it's been a lot.
Too many.
Yeah, I get that next week too. Boy, I got a lot of shit for next week, don't I?
Full show.
Yeah, I'm already only on segment 2, and I already got all the. Okay, the first Dear Tiny. Actually, this is a Dear Tiny, but this is a Dear Prince also.
I saw that
because they ask questions of you, and then because that's your expertise, and then supposedly my expertise, which is not my expertise, but I went and talked to someone that is an expert in that. So
good.
I'm actually going to have a good answer. How about that? Okay. Anyway, I'll read the 2 questions. Mm-hmm. Dear Tiny, this is from Heidi of Lower Borough, by the way. Heidi of Lower Borough. What is the best place to get really great tickets to concerts? That's number 1. And number 2, what is the best place to get pretty good tickets to concerts that don't cost an arm and a leg?
Here's the thing. I am the absolute worst person to ask this question because
that doesn't surprise me for just about any fucking question.
This happened. I can't even. I mean, I tell you all the time when I go to concerts, I end up going by myself 90% of the time. Here's what ends up happening: if you pay attention to when the bands release, like Metallica announced their tour in like January for a tour that started in May. Tickets went on sale the next day. I have people asking me like the end of like Easter, like, hey, you want to go see Metallica? Motherfucker, I've had my tickets for 4 months. I'm not. I went and got up and they started, at 8:00 Pacific time or whatever to go and get tickets on their website or whatever. So I know Ticketmaster sucks for tickets. I've tried to use it for wrestling events and stuff. I don't recommend them.
So what do you go through when you do that? Because I like to make fun of you, but that's a pretty smart thing to do. Find out when they go on sale and get them early.
Yeah, well, and that's most of the time you get promo codes to go in early.
Right.
And whether it is Ticketmaster or StubHub or any of those other ones. Some of them will use smaller who was it? Pearl Jam had their issues with Ticketmaster back in the day. So as far as a good one, I think they all suck website wise. I don't think any of them are any better than each other. But again, I'm the wrong person to ask because if it's a concert I want to go see, the tickets go on sale so early. Like, it's usually the day after the show's announced saying, hey, tickets go on sale tomorrow. Here's your code. And I go and do it the next day. So I'm not a good person to ask.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. That's all right. Then for the Prince, it was the same 2 questions, but for sporting events.
Yeah.
And although I'm not really the guy to ask either, there's 2 people in my family that probably go online 2-3 times a week looking for sporting event tickets. Yeah. So I went to them to find out. So I'm actually giving you a good answer here. And then the first question, what's the best place to get really great seats to sporting events? Mm-hmm. It said use StubHub. I know it's a kind of a boring thing, but the reason was they're nearly all verified, so they might cost more, but you won't get scammed.
That's fair.
Which is pretty damn important.
Yep.
You don't want to pay a bunch of money and then you don't get in.
That's fair.
And then for the second question, the best place to get pretty good tickets to sporting events that don't cost an arm and a leg, he said TickPick has better prices at times. So you might want to try that. But then this goes along with what you said. Timing is more important when trying to get a deal.
Absolutely.
So the best thing to do is what you do is go early to assure yourself. But I think when they talked about timing, I think like if you want to go to a football game, if you're willing to wait, if you're down there and you're willing to wait like 45 to 30 minutes before the game, then those prices go way down. But you have to be willing to miss it too. That's the whole thing.
Right.
But,
or you have to be, if you're not going to do that, you have to be willing to pay 4 or 5 times face value. That's the other thing. If you want to ensure you're getting a good ticket, the markup's so high, you got to overpay.
I think the nice thing, especially if you live in Pittsburgh, if it's like a Steeler, well, you don't have to worry about Pirate games, but and even Penguin games anymore. But a Steeler game, if you put your price down and it doesn't come down to that, there's like 38 bars within walking distance to watch the freaking game. And remember, like Stage E shows it on a damn big screen. So sometime I think there were times I left Stage AE to go to the game thinking, man, I think it'd be more fun here.
Yeah.
Probably see it better and make it to the bathroom quicker.
The more I think about this, the other place I've had good luck with getting tickets are fan club websites.
Oh, okay.
You know, like I did this when Metallica had their 30-year anniversary shows. They did 4 of them. Well, if you didn't win tickets to the one, you won 2 tickets to a show. So what we ended up doing, I had 2 tickets. So I said, okay, well, I have tickets for Monday night. You have tickets for Tuesday night. You be my +1 Monday. And we'll swap out that way. So that's another good way to get tickets is for a fan club page.
All right. So that's a pretty long-winded answer that I don't know if it helped or not there. Heidi from Lower Borough.
Right.
Okay. One more letter here.
Ooh.
This is from Squirrel Hill Squiggy. Squirrel Hill Squiggy wrote, Dear Tiny, last week I went to a restaurant known for their wings. You like wings, right?
I do.
Yeah. While ordering, the waitress asked me if I wanted a dry rub. I said absolutely, but I preferred to eat first. Based on her reaction, did I misunderstand something?
I would have thought. I'm thinking the same thing.
Once again, you're asking the wrong guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, if we can go somewhere private, better, but I'll do it right here if we have to. Whatever.
There you go, Squiggy. Yeah. Squiggy and Heidi, you got your answers. We'll be back. We have stories of something that happened recently. Welcome back to segment 3, which is always where we tell stories. Or actually, we're talking about doing an interview next week if we can talk the poor sucker into coming in there. But we don't know that yet. But we'll see. But anyway, we each have a story from something that happened this week, and I kind of know what his is, and he kind of knows what I am, but I don't really know it for sure. But anyway, these are at least current events. We could call this our current events section.
That's right.
All right, what happened to you this week?
So Tuesday this week, I had a little catastrophe at work. My laptop died, and it's a thing. The way it connects is the power cord, right? And also that power cord, USB-C, which is like what most people's cell phones plug in with, that also serves as like the docking station for all your other stuff, like your keyboards, your other monitors, your mouse, and nothing was working. I'm like, oh man, what, you know, and I'm going on vacation this week, and it's like, this is a busy week. I don't have time to crash.
And you use this for everything, right?
It's everything.
The podcast, your work.
No. This is my work laptop.
It's your work laptop.
My work laptop. This is my personal laptop.
Oh,
right
it
here.
is?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, then I have a question coming up here. Okay.
Yeah, this is my personal. I've only had this about a year.
Okay.
So, but so I'm like, okay. So, and the company I work for is really small. We don't have an IT department, but we have a third-party company that we use. And so I emailed her, this Lori, who has been awesome to work with. She helps me all the time, and we get along well. And I said, you know, hey, is this something, you know, what's going on? And she's like, we don't fix that stuff, first of all, so you're probably gonna have to get a new laptop. I'm like, well, listen, here's the situation. What am I gonna do? Sit here with my dick in my hand the rest of the week, you know?
Yeah, you're pretty good at that.
So I said, well, you know, can we use my personal laptop? I said, from what plugging that in, because, you know, I just done the show the night before, editing wise. So I said, you know, my personal laptop seems to be working fine with everything. Same docking station, and the mouse and the monitors work. I said, can we set this up as a temporary workaround?
Okay. I get where you're going now.
And she's like, yeah, that you know, that would be fine. I just have to hook in so I can sign on to the work servers. And, I'm getting and,
we just have to prove we don't edit. And there's something else I thought of the other day. It's going to be hard for them to believe.
Yeah.
We don't use makeup. We look like this in real life.
That's right.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, so she's like, yeah, all I have to do is put this software on so you can connect to the work servers, and that'll work, and we'll get you a new one ordered. I'm like, okay, sure, great. So she says, I just need to remote into this to set the software up and get me going. I'm like, okay, fine. Well, I didn't think anything of it. I plug it in, and she gets on the thing, and yeah, everything from last week's show is still prominent throughout my whole laptop. And this poor Lori had to, the first thing she sees, I'll put it on the screen for you now to see. The first thing she sees is the episode 115 folder, which has half naked J-Lo in it. and it has like 4 or 5 different pictures because we used her in last week's show. It has every picture you saw from last week is right there on my screen.
Did she have Bug-Eyed Betty?
She saw Bug-Eyed Betty too. Yes, but J-Lo's half naked in half these pictures.
Yeah, she is. Look pretty good too.
Yeah. So that's very uncomfortable. So she closes that one. Okay. Well, the next thing she sees is the podcast folder, which has pictures of me in my pink spandex, which she didn't want to see. It has other pictures of like Stacy Keebler. It actually has the Prince of Pittsburgh. All those pictures we use regularly. That's the next thing she sees. So she closes that. The next thing she sees is the web page. I go to a web page. There's a website out there that supposedly has naked. I don't know if they're real or not. That's a big controversy. It's whether the celebrities are naked or not. That's the first website she sees. So she closes that. Finally, she gets to a Google page to set stuff up. Well, one of my favorites is a free porn sex website. It's right there. And they only put it up there if it's one of your frequent websites. So she's like, yeah, this is definitely a personal computer, isn't it? So, but thankfully, after all that, she was still gracious enough to
fix
my computer. But she saw way more of me than she ever wanted to see, based on all these different things that popped up.
Now, let me ask you this: after getting to see my picture of me a couple of times, should I be expecting like a visitor at my house?
I wouldn't hold your breath. No, Lori, she seems to be pretty respectable.
Then no,
you don't have
no.
You're out.
Yeah, maybe Bug-Eyed Betty will come on see me. Yeah.
There you
as soon
go.
as you say respectable and me, that just doesn't go.
Miss Lori's very respectable.
Okay. All right. That's his story. Now, this happened to me this week. Sometimes I include this in the opening, but I thought this might merit its own segment here.
Okay.
I went to a seminar this week.
Oh, that's right.
Coasters and corn dogs. Amusement parks in Western Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
How about that? Yeah.
Okay.
There were about 60 in the audience. Not about average, I guess. Maybe a little below.
That's a good subject.
It is. I thought it was going to be real good. But my first disappointment came. I never talked to anybody. This is for those of you who don't watch too often. This is an old person seminar. Only old people are invited to this. And I never talked to anyone. And the one before, some lady sat next to me, Carol.
Ooh.
And we actually had a decent conversation. Carol probably in her 80s. But we had a nice conversation. I thought, okay, I think I made a friend. And I sit down there in a row by myself. And she came down there, the time before. So I thought, I bet you Carol and I even got there early thinking me and Carol could talk. She didn't show. Or if she showed, she was sitting somewhere else. So right away, I can't even get an 80-year-old lady to fucking come to me. Okay. Right. Thought I had a connection made. I guess I didn't.
Nope, not quite.
Now, before I get into the nuts and bolts of this seminar, I'm going to tell you one good fact, though. And I think I told you this one other time, but y'all forgot. The original Ferris wheel, and the reason that was brought up because Ferris is from Pittsburgh, and he built the original Ferris wheel. Mm-hmm. The capacity for the original Ferris wheel at the Chicago World's Fair, 2,160 people.
Holy shit.
Isn't that amazing?
How did it fall over?
It had 36 cars, and you could fit like a couple hundred in each one or some shit like that. 150. I can't remember what it was. You can do the math. But yeah, 2,160 was the capacity. It took like 20 minutes to load, and then they did 20 minutes thing, and then 20 minutes to unload. So the whole thing was an hour.
Okay.
Get
your money's worth.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's the good thing I got out of here. Okay. First off, I had this is the third time this guy's given a presentation there, and he calls himself the history hobo.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah,
him.
You remember that, right?
Yeah.
As luck would have it, as I was walking in, the history hobo must have forgot something in his car, and he was walking out.
Uh-oh.
And I said, "Hey, history hobo!" And I thought I'd get a great big smile, and I got a little hey.
Maybe he doesn't embrace that like you embrace the Prince of Pittsburgh.
He did not embrace it, although he acts like he does. Although now, as you're going to find out, maybe the history hobo wasn't really on top of his game there, or maybe I threw him off by calling him the history hobo.
Yeah, right.
Because, okay, first off, he's talking about some shit, and he said something about Butler County, where you're sitting right now. We're in Allegheny County, and we're nowhere close to fucking Butler County. I live right on the line. Right. I drive 20 minutes south to go to this. We're nowhere fucking near Butler County. So as soon as he said that, I said, hobo, come on, you're off your shit here. Okay, then he showed the first slide. Okay, first slide was about the first amusement park ever. And he said, yeah, and he talked a little bit about Prince Albert. Prince Albert kind of started amusement parks in England. Okay. So he said, okay, but England, he said, no, actually, though, this was in Denmark. So he goes to the second slide and shows us another early amusement park. He said, oh, no, this was in Denmark. That last one was in England. No, I fuck up like this. But I drink. From what I can tell, the hobo was sober, and he couldn't get right the very first two slides.
Wow, that's
England and Denmark. I mean, he should have known that, right?
I would hope, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I said, damn, the hobo's not really on his shit today.
Well, and this is an instance where he's talking about the same subject, so you would think he'd have a kind of a teacher has a thing down.
You would, and he's a retired teacher, and talks to us at the beginning about how he loves history and all this shit. Okay, now this wasn't a fuck up, but for those of you that watch a lot, and if you don't, I'm going to tell you, the history of hobo and two other presentations, he was all excited because we were right near the Wisconsin ice sheet.
Yes,
remember that?
I do remember that.
Okay, so this guy he needs a new hobby because he was talking about that Chicago World's Fair where the first Ferris wheel was.
Right.
He said he got chills thinking about the electric lights in Chicago that Westinghouse put up.
Doesn't take much, I guess.
I mean, it might have been a nice thing, but there were already lanterns and shit. It wasn't that really different? Right. But he got chills doing that.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is where I mentioned you before the show even started. I don't know anything he's talking about, so I can't really call him on anything verbally or in my mind. Mm-hmm. But he's showing us Coney Island because they had a lot of amusement parks. And he brings up the hot dog eating contest that nobody in the place knew about.
Oh, geez.
Like, he showed a picture of Joey Chestnut, and he said, anyone know who this is? And only I knew who it was, but only one other person knew out of the 60. But then he said, yeah, and he was the 2024 champion, and he repeated this year. Actually, he did not win in 2024. He wasn't allowed to
compete. Banned,
he was right. Yeah, because of a contract he signed. So the one thing the history hobo talked about that I fucking knew, he was wrong on. I almost put up my hand. I thought, I'll let the hobo go. But no. But that when someone's talking like they know everything, and then they say that, and it's one thing they lose their validity a little bit.
No doubt.
Okay, a couple more things. The presentation started at 11 o'clock, and like I said, it was coasters and corn dogs, history of Western Pennsylvania amusement parks. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm watching my clock.
No.
He doesn't mention local amusement park until 11:39. 39 minutes he went on about Prince Albert and the Chicago World's Fair. This is supposed to be a local fucking amusement park. It took him 39 minutes to get to that fucking thing. Okay. And okay.
Which one was it? Which one did he finally mention? There's like 30, I can think of 3 or 4.
But he had a list of 49 that were here at one time. I think only 4 are still here. And he called it Western Pennsylvania. So Idlewild and he had a list. That's another thing. I didn't even write this down. He had these sheets of paper that he passed around, but people were spread out all over the place. I knew it wasn't going to come to me because most of these old people can't even fucking stand on their fucking own. And I didn't get to see any of them. He passed around a bunch of different sheets of paper. Okay. The last one he talks about is Kennywood, obviously, because that's our most famous one.
Sure.
And he said, now this is their brand new entrance. And he said, it's been there about 30 years. That was their brand new entrance.
Of course.
And the last thing, the hobo, when he was talking about Kennywood, there was this ride, the kangaroo, and he even had a T-shirt
Whoa.
that had the kangaroo on it.
Yeah.
I had a name. I can't remember the fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, apparently the kangaroo ride was shut down a few years ago. And he said, a lot of people were upset, including my family. And we started a letter writing campaign, and the kangaroo is back.
Oh, God.
I haven't been to Kennywood since the 60s.
Yeah.
I remember the kangaroo being the lamest fucking ride in the damn park. I remember as soon as I got taller than Henry when I was 11 years old, I said, I'm not going on that piece of shit ride. That does nothing. Yet the hobo wanted that back because that was his family's favorite ride. So that's my story about the seminar. I was supposed to come out there feeling all good about the local amusement parks, but I'm thinking, I guess everyone has their off days, even the history hobo.
Yes.
We'll be back with Transylvanian Brain Freeze.
Transylvania Brain Freeze.
Welcome back. As you just heard, this is Transylvanian Brain Freeze. We have 3 facts and maybe half of another one.
Ooh.
Okay, a gang of monkeys at a Balinese temple. I don't even know exactly what that is. But they've perfected the art of stealing phones and other valuables from tourists and trading them for food.
Good for them.
Jonathan Hamme said they're running a scam. His sunglasses were stolen and held for ransom.
That's awesome.
That is. Now, I don't know if the monkeys, I guess they came up with this on their own.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if someone else is behind all this.
That sounds human intervention somewhere.
Now, when speaking of that, when I worked at community college, we had a big lobby, and then the bookstore was at the end. Okay. And there was a turnstile when you walked in that made noise. So if they were busy, they'd know someone was in there. This kid's probably in jail, I would think, because this happened a long time ago. The mother taught the 3-year-old, because he wasn't tall enough to turn the turnstile. He would walk in and steal shit there and bring it out to the mother.
That's awesome.
What a fine role model.
There you go. Yeah.
Like I said, that was
teach him right.
Yeah, that was probably 25 years ago. So I imagine that kid's been in prison for quite a while, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he's an enterprising businessman. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, he probably works for Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope this doesn't happen to you.
Uh-oh.
A 76-year-old Belgian man traveled to France to marry a 38-year-old beauty queen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
I'm on board so far.
Yeah. Sophie Vozlad. I'm sorry, Sophie Vozlad. He knocked at her door. A man answered, and the 76-year-old man announced, I'm Sophie's future husband. And the man replied, I'm her current husband.
Whoops.
The poor guy had already sent $35,000 to the girl. And then he realized it wasn't going there. Someone just put her picture up and got the money. And when reality hit him, the 76-year-old says, I am an imbecile. And yes, you are.
Yes,
I mean, you can blame age and shit, but if you're 76 and you think a 38-year-old beauty queen is going to marry you, you're fucking wrong. They're not. They're not.
A fool in their money is soon parting.
Exactly. Why would you send 35 grand to someone you never met?
No. Man.
I mean, normally I feel bad, but I don't feel too damn bad. No,
case,
I knew you wouldn't. I knew you wouldn't. Okay. Last one here. Children and their parents alike were shocked at what they witnessed at a Tallahassee Chuck E. Cheese. Why? The Chuck E. Cheese mascot character was arrested for theft and fraud right on the spot. Police said having to handcuff the costume man in front of children was unfortunate, but that he resisted arrest and they had to do it.
Do you remember there was a Married with Children episode where Al discovers if you wrap an empty box and pretend it's a kid's present, you could go get free pizza at Chuck E. Cheese. He's like, oh, little Timmy's got a birthday tonight. I got to get ready. And he's wrapping this box just so he can go get free pizza.
I don't remember it, but I wish I'd have seen it. So anyway, we got one little kid stealing shit from the bookstore, and we got other little kids watching Chuck E. Cheese getting arrested. Yeah, so I guess that's the whole gamut of things they're saying. Okay, well, fun and games are over because coming up is the movie game. Welcome to the movie game. In the movie game, I give you 2 lines. I give you 2 characters. I give you 2 actors. And you try to get the name of the movie for 5 points and the year the movie was released for 1 point. I think you have a very, very poor chance of this one.
Oh, no.
It's not normally one I would put on there, but I watched it last week. It wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I put it on. So it's fresh in my mind, but probably won't be in yours.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here's the 2 lines, people. The first one, it's a conversation. Said, I'm the one who should be sorry, Brooke. I shouldn't sit here and pick on your art because you've got the nuts down. Picasso, all you have to do is cut off your friggin' ear. She said, that's Van Gogh, you idiot. Your insults are much more effective when they're accurate. Pretty good line.
That's a good line.
And then, this is just his line. Is that how you want to play it, Brooke? Because I can play it like that. I can play it like Lionel Richie all night long. The characters are Gary Grabowski and Brooke Myers, and the actors are Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston. Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Aniston, Gary Grabowski, Brooke Myers, and those lines that I gave you. Oh, wait a minute. That's right.
Wow.
We can have time. We can have time. I forgot about my thing here. Here's the updated scores.
Yeah.
Yimmy still with the lead. Paul G right there. Big Dog was right there, but he had a bad week last week, but he can still get back in it. Flies Bro is within distance, and you're in the middle of the pack. And
I started strong. I really went to shit.
You did, but
remember, I won like 6 in a row. Remember some crazy thing?
You did, and the one constant in both this game and the other game is Teddy Roosevelt. Just Teddy's hit a damn snag. Okay, you have any idea about this movie?
This sounds like a date night movie. When I was past dating,
I know you don't like it. Yeah,
I don't know. I Jennifer Aniston's super hot, but I have no idea. And I like Vince Vaughn a lot too.
Okay, well at least could you guess a year?
2004.
Damn, 2006.
I did the exact opposite. Last week.
You did. You did.
Bitch.
And the name of the movie is The Breakup. And they were living together and they broke up, but neither of them wanted to leave. So they stayed together in the same housing complex there, and it just didn't go well, as you can imagine.
I bet Misty's seen it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, actually, okay, it's not a movie you would love, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Mm.
I thought it was pretty
I
funny.
like it. I mean, they're
Yeah. They had some good parts, and they had some other people in it that added to the festivities.
Gotcha.
Okay, 2 things about this. Aniston's character, Brooke, gets a Telly Savalas wax job during the movie. In real life, Savalas was her godfather.
Oh.
You know who Telly Savalas is? He was Kojak, the guy that was all bald.
Yeah.
So Savalas wax was getting it pretty clean to the damn. I don't want to even go on there. Good
for her.
Yeah, okay. And this was the first of 5 movies starring Aniston, and I told you they had other good people. Jason Bateman was in this.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, and they were also in The Switch, Horrible Bosses 1 and 2, and Office Christmas Party.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. It is a good movie. Maybe I'll bring that up around Christmas.
I think they're brother and sister in that movie.
I think you're right.
I take that back. She's that JT guy, the comedian with the curly hair. That's
good. I was just agreeing because I have no fucking idea. I thought I'll just say yes because you said it.
Let's move on.
I want you to get something right. Okay.
My ego needs it.
So there you go. We'll see how the front runners did. The middle of the pack didn't do too well. And we'll be back with the music game. Welcome back to the music game on Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk. And in the music game, I give you the lyrics, and lately I've been singing it. Last week I did horrible singing it, but I think I'm going to be pretty good today.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you're going to get this, but I'm very confident in my singing this one. And you get 3 points for the title, 2 points for the artist of the group, on 1 point for the year it was released. And we'll see if Tiny can beat that 0 that he got in the movie game, but I'm not sure. Okay, you remember?
Here we go.
I remember the 35 sweet goodbyes when you put me on the Wolverine up to Annandale. It was still September when your daddy was quite surprised to find you with the working girls in the county jail. I was smoking with the boys upstairs when I heard about the whole affair. I said, whoa, no, William and Mary won't do. Well, I did not think the girl could be so cruel, and I'm never going back to ba-ba-ba. Oh, I did good there. I did good. I did real good.
If you say so.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I'm very impressed with my singing there. And while he's thinking, here, we can bring back the scorecard again. This got really close because Yimmy finally missed one, and Paul G got it. Actually, you see all those zeros from last week?
Yeah.
Only 2 people got it right, I think.
They needed the visual aid.
Yeah, the House of Thrills got it right, but that still didn't really do a whole hell lot. I had put them ahead of you. So I guess that's good. Anyway, yeah, and 3-packs right there, too. Although 3-pack he always blames me when he misses. It's always my
Your
singing.
fault.
Yeah, every fucking time.
That's a good. I like that though. That's
I figured you would. Yeah. Anyway, you got any idea?
I don't know anything about this one either.
Okay. You want to guess a
Pretty
year? You want to guess a year?
1982.
Okay. That's another big fat 0 for Tiny. That name of that song is My Old School from Steely Dan, 1973.
Oh, geez.
My Old School, Steely Dan, 1973. That I sang quite well there, by the way. I like that song. But anyway, we'll be back with Argy Bargy.
Hey, give us some of that all Jude, giving it all to Jackie, give it some of that all Jude.
This bitch might be a little divisive because it's bicycles on the road, and if you're a bicyclist, you think the drivers aren't giving you any space. But this all happened to me in the last fucking week. Wow. I've had bicycle people swear at me, and I really try to be a good guy. Okay. I had a bicycle that was going on the left side of the road, cut right in front of me to the right side. I was stopped at a light, and the bike weaved in between traffic. Aren't they supposed to do the same rules we do, right? Supposed to stay where they fucking are. Right. No, they went all, and then I was at a stop sign, and the guy just went right through the damn thing. And actually, that was in North Park.
Yeah.
Along with, I'm driving along in North Park, great place. We've talked about it before. There's a road, there's a bike path, and there's a walking path. Well, the bike guy kept cutting in front of me, because he wanted to pass people, but that's not what he's supposed to fucking do. But he kept cutting in front of me. So, if you're a bicycle person, but before you start bitching at the damn drivers, you got to fucking pay attention to the laws of the land, just like the rest of us do. That's right. And then maybe you'll get a little more respect. But right now, fuck you. That's my Argy Bargy. I just got workout passed on to me. We got to hurry up and finish this so I can get out of here. Okay, this is Would You Rather. And I mentioned earlier, this is Victoria Justice, who I didn't really know, who's hot as hell, versus Kate Upton, who I did know.
Yeah.
But I got one story about Kate Upton's husband.
Go ahead.
Who you know is Justin Verlander.
I do.
Right?
He was pitched the other day.
Yeah. He's like almost 42, still pitching in the leagues. He's about to become the top 10 in strikeouts of all time. But I read this story. He's in 10th grade, and he's really thirsty. And his buddy, he was broke. And he said, I need 50 cents to buy chocolate milk. And the buddy, I don't know how it went down. They dickered back and forth. And then on a napkin, they wrote down, if he gets a bonus, this guy gets 0.1% of the bonus. Okay?
Oh, no.
But he's in 10th grade, so you don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Yeah.
He pitches 3 years in high school, does great. and gets a $3 million bonus. 0.1% is over $3,000. Okay. And the kid kept the damn napkin,
That's awesome.
handed it to him, and Verlander paid him. One last little thing. They asked Verlander, was it worth it? He said, I was pretty parched that day. Yeah, I needed that chocolate milk.
That's pretty funny.
That's Kate Upton's husband.
There you go.
So, okay, before I give the results and we give our vote, let me just read a few of our viewers' comments.
Go ahead.
Okay. This person wanted Victoria Justice. He didn't want Verlander throwing a 99-mile-per-hour fastball in my face. This person said, Kate is better looking, but I watched Victoria Justice show with my daughter 20-plus times and developed a huge thing. Daddy had to excuse himself from the room on more than one occasion. I guess she did a lot of Nickelodeon shit.
Oh, yeah, right, right.
This is a living legend. He said, Victoria, I think I'd enjoy Victoria's Secret.
Ooh.
How about that? A little cleverness, huh?
Man.
And hey, we got some good viewers this time. This is a Martin Luther King quote into the would you rather thing. How about that? Said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I think he was voting for justice. I'm not really sure.
That's a good one.
That's a real good one. Those were good. Okay, these people voted for Upton. KU, and this isn't who you think it is. You're going to find this one out later. KU took Kate Upton. Titters, just had to say it again. This person said, Kate, her mom was a tennis champ. Her father was an AD. That's gold right there.
Wow.
Yeah, you probably figure who knew all that shit, don't you? Okay. One said, Kate, no contest. Said Kate's an all-time classic. And one guy said 1 million votes to Kate.
Wow.
Okay. Now, you might know where this comes from. I will read the whole quote, okay?
Go ahead.
Looking at Kate's pillowy, soft titters gets me up a ton. Upton, get it? And then he says, and one more thing, fuck Tiny. Got that this morning. Actually, maybe this afternoon. I'm not sure. I think you know who that's from, right?
Good.
Yeah. Now we got a couple more. This is a comment to Adore, who became a poet again.
Man.
Yeah. And
our audience is well-versed.
I'm telling you, this might be one of our better well-versed times. Her fingers fondle my throbbing member, her mouth on fire like a smoldering ember. She straddles slow, then takes her throne and claims my wiener as her own. That's a comment to Adore.
Man, that's tough to follow.
You'd think we'd be done. But wait a minute.
Look at that.
Mr. Harrelson had something to say. He said, I see that justice can't eat a lot of things like dairy, wheat, and sugar. I'm not sure if a certain creamy substance is included in those restrictions. She has a thyroid issue, which can cause her to balloon up, but I suppose I could write Goodyear on her. But I'll take Upton. She did that one commercial for a video game, causing a lot of horny creeps to buy the game. She's married to Justin Verlander, and I'd love to give her my knuckle curve in a certain gooey spot. I'll make it gooey with my spurts of joy.
Wow.
How about that, huh?
Curve, man.
Yeah, that was Mr. Harrelson.
Sheesh.
Once again, if you don't like this segment, you think it's too gross, we didn't do this shit. That was you, the viewer, you, the home viewer. But I kind of thought it was pretty good. So anyway, who you voting for?
This was a harder one than I thought it would be, only because I didn't know who Victoria Justice was until I started doing my research for the show. Kate Upton does have that kind of like classic pinup girl kind of look that I really like, and with the but after researching that Victoria, man, I'm taking her.
You taking Justice?
I am, because I was really. She had like this Princess Leia like bikini on in a couple of the pictures I was looking at, and they were impressive.
I gotta say, I didn't know Justice either. And when I saw her, I thought, man, that's like my ideal woman.
Yeah.
But then you look at Upton, there's not a whole lot wrong with her. But then what really turned me is Okay, that story I just told about her husband tells me she has some oomph to her.
Right.
And I don't know if you watched the Pirate games this week. You know Verlander and Don Kelly were teammates?
I do.
Did you see the clip they showed a couple of times?
The shoe?
Yeah. he set the Pirate manager, at the time he was a teammate, set a shoe on fire in the dugout. And I'm thinking, okay, any woman would marry a guy with that kind of sense of humor. She's got to have a sense of humor, too.
That's fair.
So even though, I love Justice, I went with Upton. Now, this was real close at the beginning, but final score with our 2 votes. Upton 40, Justice 17.
Wow.
I know. It was like 10-all. And then everyone went up.
Yeah, that's got to be name recognition.
It definitely part of it. Yeah, definitely part of it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So Upton moves on in the whatever we're doing, and we'll find something more for Justice. I think. What do you think?
I think so.
Okay, we'll be back with Samurai Chatter. Welcome back to Samurai Chatter. It's the last segment of Pittsburgh Dive Bar Talk number 116 that you won't read about in the Sharon Herald or probably see in a Meadows program, although who knows? Mm-hmm. But anyway, we rotate 3 different things on Samurai Chatter, and this week it's a classic question, which might be insightful but not very funny. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it's you have $20,000 to spend in 1 hour in one store. What do you go to? I asked about, 11. 3 people didn't fucking answer. They pissed me off, but I'll give them shit later. But anyway, the people that did answer, I got a pretty wide variety. Okay. I think I only got one the same. Mm-hmm. One guy said Cabela's. One said Walmart because of the versatility. 2 people gave this exact answer, said Lowe's or Home Depot.
Sounds like work.
The one girl wanted to do a one-stop kitchen renovation, and
definitely work.
Let's see. The guy wanted kitchen cabinets and extras. Okay. One guy said, okay, I didn't know if there were stores that still do this, but he'd find a kiosk somewhere that sells Bitcoin. Kind of interesting.
They're overthinking this one.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't.
Nope.
Another guy said Best Buy. He wanted to buy televisions and upgrade his technology.
Wow.
One person said a car dealership.
Oh.
Crazy thing is, for $20,000, you can get a decent used car, but that's about it. But what the hell?
Maybe.
I know. And she has more money than all of us, I might add.
No.
I don't even have to tell you who that was, did I? Okay. This guy said, this is pretty good thinking. Giant Eagle, he'd buy $20,000 worth of Amazon gift cards and reap the fuel perks. Might not have to pay for gas for a long time, huh? Another guy said Bass Pro.
Oh, okay. That's like the Bellas.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, same kind of thing.
Okay.
Another guy said Sam's Club has a bit of everything. Another guy went Costco, same kind of answer,
Yeah.
And
of course.
Someone said Louis Vuitton and someone said Nordstrom.
Oh.
How about that?
Wow.
So that's what we got. What do you say?
So my first thought with this, actually when you sent me this, I was on a ATV dealership website building a new machine because they had just announced a new lineup.
Right.
But much like you said about the cars, $20,000 doesn't buy you all that much in the ATV world anymore.
No, but not.
So in my make-believe world, I am taking my $20,000 and I'm already out in Las Vegas. I'm going to the Bunny Ranch. And I'm going to, for an hour, can you imagine what I could get for $20,000 for an hour?
No.
And I only need and the best thing is I only need 3 minutes.
I thought about that, but
yeah,
man,
could you imagine? That's like,
okay.
Lawrence, Lawrence in Office Space. Like, what would you do if you had $1 million? 2 chicks at the same time. Well, you need $1 million to double up on a dude like me. I need $20,000 for 2 chicks to double up on a dude like me.
Okay, all right. I the only reason I can't give you too much shit is I thought the same damn thing. And the Bunny Ranch. Those girls cost a lot.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah,
it might not get as much as I think either.
No, you might get 2. Maybe
Yeah,
not
right.
3. All right. So when I first read it, I thought, oh, maybe the piercing pagoda. But then along those lines, but not that line, I thought, especially out here where you live in the sticks,
right?
If I went to a Dollar General and just started putting things on there, I imagine I could wipe the store out, right?
You'd get a lot of good inventory. Yeah.
I think just to do that, it would be worth my while.
There you go.
I don't know if some of the stuff is worthwhile, but I think I'd do it just because I could maybe wipe out the whole store.
Right. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. So there you have it.
Yeah.
Some normal answers and then a couple not so normal answers.
Right.
Got a quote from Yogi Berra this week. He said, "The future ain't what it used to be."
He's right.
He is. Yogi was always right.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we are 57 years of marriage with no divorce. Because we are 730 pounds of podcast pro clip.
And there's no chance this camera makes it through the rest of this segment.
No. All kind of shit's going on here. They couldn't have waited just
another
a couple more
4
minutes. We're the hardest working podcast in 4 states and Suriname. We are the patron podcast for honeybees with bad memories, inebriated British Airways flight attendants, the Ghana Drunkers Association, and Boston Fish Peddlers. We're the only Category 5 podcast in the universe, and we will not get what's that called? Downgraded. Thank you.
Never.
And we are the most puzzling podcast in the Northern Hemisphere that now we know houses 89% of the world's population. We're the most puzzling podcast in that whole hemisphere.
Right.
Half of the world, but really way more than half the world. Because of all those things, we'll be back next week with number 117. See you then.